All right. Hi, everyone. I am Whitney Berber, and I lead the website experience team here at WP Engine. We are really excited to share with you today sort of the inside scoop of how we transition from really traditional WordPress to headless WordPress. So you will get to hear from some of our developers, our designers, and our SEO experts who all play pivotal roles in really making this transition about not only the benefits that we now experience from being on headless, but also some of those headwinds and obstacles that we had to navigate along the way. So first, let's take a step back and address, why did we make this decision to move to Atlas? And for us, it was simple. We knew we needed to choose headless today in order to choose innovation for the future. So while there are so many benefits of having our front end and our back end really decoupled with headless, the three that resonated the most with us were one, personalization, which is just a really core piece of our go-to-market strategy this year, giving us the flexibility and scalability of our headless architecture that enables us to create and implement really these tailored experiences. The second benefit was performance, which is so important to so many of us, that we're able to reduce our server load and really speed up our page load times. And three is ease of content management. So this allows our content creators really a familiar place to manage content in WordPress, while the developers have the freedom to implement experiences in the most cutting edge way without interfering with one another. So because of all these benefits, we have also experienced such a positive impact on our company. We've seen over 30% increase in transactions and a huge increase in user engagement on the website. But this transition did not happen overnight. We took a very methodical approach to breaking down this very large project into chunks of work. The first being planning. We mapped out each and every page that would go through the transition. The second was that we really got into the design and the development. We designed and built out all of the components that we would need so that we'd be able to reuse them while creating multiple pages at once. And the third piece was launching and tracking. Every single page that we launched, we tracked very closely to understand what the impact would be to the business. So let's take a look at a quick video that we pulled together of our journey to headless.
We are pioneering the way for headless WordPress. And I think that speaks to WP Engine's leadership in this space. Headless really enables us as publishers and marketers to be more agile in how we build.
The business challenges that we were given was launch the best WordPress website anybody could ever launch.
It has to be fast. It has to be interactive and engaging.
Our business goals are to have a very configurable, composable, fast and secure website. That drives our business. That's where our customers and prospects go for information.
For WP Engine, I think what was top of mind was how can we both solve for the things that are top of mind for the marketing team, like personalization, testing, and so on, and how can we drink our own champagne and use the products that we built to demonstrate them working to their fullest potential.
It really empowers everyone to do their best work in their own lanes.
Headless allows us to integrate with other systems without slowing the site down.
The benefits that we're going to reap out of it are tenfold from a performance perspective, from a security perspective. It's going to be really great for the future of WPEngine.com.
Your website is where you tell your story. It's how you invite people in. And so if you think about the website being a front door, this is the way that you welcome them into your home.
If you're also considering a transition to headless WordPress, we hope that this session is insightful for you. And with that, I'll hand it over to one of our very talented designers, Andrea Wofford.
Hi, thank you. I'm Andrea Wofford, lead web UX designer at WP Engine. When we were planning the move of WPEngine.com to Atlas, our headless platform, the benefits were clear: performance, speed, security. We also wanted to expand personalization and testing capabilities for our web experience team. But most importantly, we wanted to demonstrate to the world the power of our own products. But there were a lot of considerations to take into account as well. Moving a site as large as ours felt very daunting. And with as much content and different repositories as we have, we knew we'd have to be very strategic about it. We realized that breaking the transition into smaller phases was the best approach. This would allow us to manage the complexity much more effectively. So we collaborated cross-functionally with design, development, and our conversion rate optimization teams to come up with our plan. Using data insights from our analytics team, we identified the most important pages to move first, the ones that would make the highest impact on our customers. This allowed us to also pay close attention to how we were affecting conversion rate with this transition. The goal was for this to not only not interrupt anything in the user's journey, but also improve it and enhance it as well. We wanted the experience to feel seamless for our users. Once we launched the first phase and had that basic structure in place, we were able to move much more quickly and our team hit the ground running. In the next phase, we tackled a group of pages that were the next level in priority. This was a second tier of pages that have a lot of traffic, but also a high impact on conversions. And because of the way we set ourselves up in the first phase, this next phase went much more smoothly. We could use a lot of the same blocks from the initial phase, but kept building up our library of components as we went. And we were able to do this on a rolling basis rather than have them stack up and have to be tackled all at once. We were so much more comfortable with the workflow at this point too, that our design team was able to be much more self-sufficient when it came to building the pages. This strategy allowed us to continue meeting business goals while moving at our own pace to make the transition complete. This phased approach worked so well for us that we're now using a similar approach for our resource center. Right now, we're in the process of consolidating all of our content, from blog posts to support articles, all into one central, easily searchable place on Headless. And we as a team have strategically planned out how we're going to migrate all of the content one repository at a time and in what order we're going to tackle it. Our first phase, however, has been to focus primarily on the search experience itself. For that, we're leveraging WP Engine Smart Search to make that search experience even better and more intuitive. And it's another way that we can showcase our own products on our site. WP Engine Smart Search allows us to get all of the benefits of Headless, but still be able to pull search results from other non-Headless sites. And we can do this all while we're still in the process of migrating that content. This allows the experience to feel seamless for the user and gives us the timeline we need to make sure that we're bringing over the content in the most efficient way possible. By harnessing the power of Headless, we now have an innovative website that's modern and flexible and will continue to serve us and our customers well into the future. But it also reinforces our commitment to staying at the forefront of technology. For more on what considerations we had from a developer's perspective and the designer workflow, here are Nicholas Tilley and Tyler Stokes.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Tyler Stokes, and I'm a web developer here at WP Engine. I've been working with WordPress for the past 6 years. My experience encompasses a wide variety of projects, from creating custom themes and plugins to optimizing website performance and ensuring seamless user experiences. My team has years of experience as WordPress developers using traditional WordPress. We were excited to hear that we were getting the opportunity to help move WPEngine.com to our new headless platform, Atlas. We worked with our in-house design team and our agency partner, Drewl, to develop a headless solution for WPEngine.com. We worked closely with the Atlas engineering team and the Faust.js development team to understand both products and to work together on the challenges we faced. Both teams were, of course, in the early stages, so working together not only helped complete the build of the website, but also made both the Atlas product and Faust framework that much better. While the front end is using React JavaScript, our goal was to keep a traditional WordPress editing experience. A decoupled front end should not have a negative impact on the content editing experience. Having the front end be entirely in React makes it more streamlined to make pages more dynamic and interactive from the start. We leverage ACF or Advanced Custom Fields blocks preview mode to provide a good sense as to what the UI of the page would look like when content editors are building them out. We use Faust.js through WP GraphQL in order to connect our backend to a decoupled front end. This is the bridge connecting the two. With the help from Drewl, we used Advanced Custom Field blocks to create each of our custom block components. Each block that was created could be used in the Gutenberg editor, which allowed our design and content teams to easily create pages that match their designs without needing a developer. There are many situations where design has an image on the left and the content on the right. However, the designers and content editors might decide they want the image to be in the center or on the right side of the page. So working closely with them to help define that allows custom block components to be more dynamic. It is important to think about what you may want to do in the future with every given block that is made. Having the website now on Headless WordPress, we saw a major performance boost. However, it is still very important to keep the site optimized by optimizing images, caching protocols, and the amount of third-party JavaScript loading on the site. Because of our move to headless over traditional WordPress, our development team is now able to do things at a much greater scale and do them faster than ever before. Now I'm going to hand it over to Nicholas.
Thanks, Tyler. I'm Nicholas Tilley, and I'm the Web UX Manager here at WP Engine. My team designed the new WPEngine.com website experience and collaborated with our web development team and our agency partner Drewl to build the site out on our headless platform, Atlas. Our team members were seasoned WordPress pros. We had been designing and building websites in traditional WordPress for 10 years or more. We were not only designing pages in Figma, but we were also building out pages and doing light front-end development, including HTML and CSS. However, headless was uncharted territory for us. We were familiar with the basics of headless, that the front end was decoupled from the back end, and that in turn provided a more secure, fast-loading site. But it also seemed like page builders like Gutenberg, Beaver Builder, Elementor were not available. And that was a big concern for us. We were honestly a little worried about how much headless might slow us down, impact our creativity, or restrict what we were going to be doing with the new site. Luckily, that turned out to be a misconception. As we began the brainstorming phase, the Atlas engineering team had just finished their work on the Gutenberg bridge. So with that, we knew we were going to have the full capabilities of the Gutenberg page builder. We also had another WP Engine product, ACF, or Advanced Custom Fields. Drewl, our internal dev teams, used ACF to recurate our component library in Figma as custom blocks for Gutenberg. That way we could create a layout in Figma using our new design components, then go straight into the page builder of the site and build the exact same experience. The team was able to move faster and free up developer resources for other tasks. And as a bonus, the new headless WordPress site was way faster than the old traditional WordPress site. And the extra speed meant that we could make more interesting design decisions, like using full screen photography, more animations, more video, without the kind of performance hit those types of elements usually cost us. And that led to a better final design experience, which meant more conversions. So looking back, we were so worried our creativity was going to be restricted. But now I would say that because of the speed we gained when we moved to headless and some of the innovations of the Faust and Atlas teams, we ended up with a little bit more freedom than before. And with that, I'll hand it off to Erin Vidal to give us some insight into SEO.
Thank you, and hi, I'm Erin Vidal. I manage organic website strategy at WP Engine. So when the team came to me about moving WP Engine to a headless WordPress instance, my initial concerns were around what would this mean for our internal content team? What would this mean for our SEO tech team in terms of managing on-page content and SEO tech for our website? After doing a little bit of initial research, I was really relieved to find out that it would be a pretty seamless transition and actually make managing content across our multiple owned properties even easier than it was in the state that we had our WordPress instance before. So moving on from there naturally as an SEO, the next place my mind went was to, okay, so how is this going to affect our organic KPIs for success? And, should we brace ourselves for a dip in impressions, a decline in overall organic traffic to our website? What is this going to mean for our core web vitals? And particularly there, my concern is always on page load time and crawlability. So I was relieved once again after talking to some colleagues in the industry to discover that while my concerns were valid, they were largely based on misconceptions. And it turned out that when implemented properly, Headless WordPress not only checks all of the boxes for Google, Bing, and all of the major search engines, most important ranking factors, but it actually optimizes the site in a way that makes it even more performant than how we had our website set up before. So over the past year, since we moved to a headless architecture, we've seen really good metrics coming from the WP Engine website. We've had record-breaking growth in organic traffic, organic rank, and we've also seen the average amount of time that our site visitors are spending on resource center articles and core landing pages go up pretty significantly. Those are all positive indicators to Google that our site is doing what it needs to do and should show up at the top of the search engine. And so I think all of that is a testament to how both users, visitors, and algorithms too favor fast and responsive websites. And so while I had my initial reservations, I came pretty quickly to realize that Headless WordPress could actually improve our website strategy, improve our SEO footprint by ensuring that our websites are fast, responsive, and fully indexable. And for me, and probably any developer that you talk to, that is a really big win. And then, of course, SEO is only one aspect of replatforming Headless WordPress. We work together with Drewl, an agency based out of London, on this project. And so I'd like to kick it over to Tayon to talk to him about how Drewl has lended their expertise to WP Engine through this process and how they work with their clients.
Hi, I'm Tayon Onabule. I'm Managing Director of Drewl, and we are an enterprise design and development agency that really specializes in headless and user experience-led projects. We've really done quite a range of sites, from B2B SaaS sites, one of which, of course, is WP Engine's new website built on headless, and publishing sites as well. We've got a range of things that we do internally, from blockchain work to Laravel stuff as well. We really champion the idea of open source technologies, providing solutions at scale, essentially. When you first kind of look at whether or not to use a headless system, I think it's really a good time to talk to someone with some expertise in it. Generally speaking, first go to the most technical person and kind of quiz them on their thoughts and what the next steps would be. But I think generally speaking, it should be a sort of goal focused exercise. It really depends on what you're trying to get out of it, what you're trying to achieve, what your team composition is, what your current tech expertise are. And all of this is it's an equation that can be solved for. It just really requires a little bit of insight and a little bit of expertise to figure it out. I think a good example of that is even WP Engine being the architects of the Atlas platform, kind of bringing in us as the expertise for their marketing team to consider whether or not headless was the right solution for them. And we've worked really closely with the WP Engine team for quite some time now on a number of really exciting developments for their team and new setups and new experiences that we've been able to enable on the WP Engine platform. So, I think that to summarize that, definitely reach out to someone like us or us, and just have an open conversation about what your team composition is, what you're trying to get out, what your marketing goals are, or your publishing goals, and factor everything in. And if headless is the solution for you, then those same people are often going to be able to get you where you need to go in terms of the build itself, whether that's an internal effort or an external effort. Another thing that a lot of teams find useful about headless and composability as a philosophy is the ability to have an incremental adoption process. So instead of, say, launching an entirely new system that is from the ground up rebuilt to be headless, you can, take it either page by page. If you've got a network of sites, you can do it site by site. If you've got a network of sites, you could just as well replace just a subsection of that system and prepare it to be, headless ready, I suppose. So, I think that an API first and composability based philosophy can really help headless to be slotted into really any setup at kind of any level that you're ready for right now. And on that level as well, it means that it's a nice way to sort of start incorporating the philosophy of composability early on, when we talk about incremental adoption. The thing that keeps us coming back to headless and composability once again is honestly just the fact that it allows us to build foundations for our clients that are longer standing. We don't build ourselves into a hole ever, and we've always got sort of flexibility. At any one second, we're able to change direction. The kind of API first, modular first thinking allows things constantly to be changed and replaced and updated and optimized and worked out, and so that really leaves quite fertile ground for innovation. And with user experience being top of mind for us, we really want to be able to take advantage of everything that's the latest at all times, and headless really gives us that opportunity. And anyway, back to Whitney, who'll bring it home.
Awesome. I hope you all really enjoyed that session. So much learnings from our team. Such an incredible journey we've had moving from traditional WordPress to headless. All of the benefits as well as some of the pitfalls that we had to navigate along the way. I hope this was insightful for you as you consider your transition to headless as well. I also want to have a huge shout out to Tayon and the entire team at Drewl for being our partners along the way. They've been incredible. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you all.